I'm a filmmaker trying to make a comic book and I can't draw. Welcome to the channel, but before we get into all of that, I just want to talk about something that I think applies to any story. Whether it's a comic, a film, a novel, doesn't matter. I call it the interior and exterior. The interior of your plot is like the meat, the actual things that happen, is the actual text of the plot. The exterior is how you package it. It's your structure, your timeline, your format. Pulp Fiction is like a perfect example of this. The interior is like pretty basic crime story. I don't want to call it basic, but it's a crime story overall. And then the exterior is non-linear storytelling, like at its best. Multiple small stories that build up into one large story altogether. That's what makes it feel special. If you're new to writing, I would avoid the exterior for now. Don't try to reinvent the wheel. Most great stories follow the same basic structure. The 3-act structure and the hero's journey are just fine to do what you need to do. And that's not a sad or boring thing. That's just the foundation. That's how it works. Focus on the interior first. Focus on your plot and your story. Work on that and get that right. And then look at your packaging. Now, here's where my comic gets interesting, because in my story, the interior and the exterior don't just coexist. They directly interfere with each other. The concept is 7 people who have each superhuman powers, flight, speed, laser vision, super strength, all powers that they each get once a day for 7 days of the week. So they have to share these abilities Monday through Sunday. And everything in this story is built around time. So that would be on the exterior. What day it is and what time of day it is, where each character in the world it is, it all matters. All of it matters. And because the story is non-linear, on the exterior, that's where it would all be built. But that non-linear structure isn't decorative. It's doing the actual storytelling. There are going to be moments that get revisited from multiple perspectives and different characters in the same situation reacting completely differently, because that's how people are, Some timid and someone completely bold experiencing the same moment, that would yield 2 completely wildly different responses. And seeing both of those responses tells you more about these characters than the moment itself ever would. And there might be something that happens at the very beginning that seems totally insignificant, and then you later see that thing through the eyes of a different character, and it's taken a completely different direction. You're able to see it through a completely different lens, and a whole new light would be put on it. That's the exterior working in service with the interior in the structure. It isn't just how the story is told. It's part of what the story is about. That's what I'm building as a filmmaker without being able to draw. And what I hope is that when someone finishes this comic, they're able to experience it and it stays with them. I think the best works of fiction, I just can't get over. There are ones where once I finish them, it's not exactly that I want more, it's just that it stays with me. I feel like a little shaken. I catch myself thinking about them days later, and I just feel impacted by someone's storytelling. And that's what I really want to achieve with this. thank you to anyone who sees this or anyone who's been following along. Please comment or subscribe. We really have been working pretty hard on this, so I appreciate any of the help, or and honestly the best way to help is to subscribe. So I just appreciate anyone who's following along. So thank you so much. Bye.